Putin's regime takes advantage of Russian people's nostalgia for the authoritarian USSR and their desire to reclaim the role of the elder brother in a friendly family of nations. Because the ordinary people of Russia can accept anything but the idea of their equality with other nations. For them, former republics of the Soviet Union are Russia's unjustly lost territories and not sovereign neighboring states. That's why the Russians are not prepared to accept Ukraine's independence. So at the core of Russia's imperial revanchism lies its people's presumed right to reunification with the nations that once broke away. Russian propaganda presents this country's military invasion as the gathering of its ancestral lands. As Putin came to power, Russia set its sights on returning its status of a superpower, or to be more precise, of a colonial empire. Seeking to restore the empire, Putin's regime brought back the sweeping powers of the repressive security apparatus, censorship and propaganda. Besides, the regime assumed total control of the media, political parties and even private capital. As authoritarian rule was being established, Russia's policy towards its neighbors, Ukraine in particular, was growing increasingly aggressive. Right after the collapse of the Soviet Union, Russia made an attempt to retain Ukraine in its sphere of influence. To that end, it, on the one hand, tried to impose new alliances and on the other, resorted to economic pressure and blackmail to make Ukraine depend on Russian gas and oil. But in spite of all that, Ukraine was drifting away from Russia. And after the Revolution of Dignity, the Ukrainian people finally re-embarked upon the European path. In 2014, Putin launched a military aggression against Ukraine, occupying Crimea and part of the Donetsk and Luhansk regions. In 2022, he went for a full-scale invasion. This war feeds the chauvinistic aspirations of ordinary Russians. For the general public, Russian propaganda presents this war as a grand confrontation with the West. For Putin, the war in Ukraine is the main proof of Russia's regained status of a world empire, which guarantees preservation of his monopoly on power.